Welcome. The Danger Zone, Season 1, Episode 3 now. 172 days is the name of this episode. Like I said last week, we're going to name each episode the amount of days it's been since Breonna Taylor was murdered.
Need that conviction.
So here we are, 172 days. We'll wait a couple minutes, let some people get in here before we dive deep into the shits. But how's your week been? Or how have you been the last week since last week's episode? Seeing it's only fucking Tuesday.
Even kill, man. 172 days too many. So need that conviction. Any time will be great now. You know what I'm saying?
Let's give them. I forgot to do the intro.
And there it is.
Wake them to wake them. Wake them. Wake them up. Wake these motherfuckers up. Welcome to the Danger Zone. Tuesday, September 1st, 2020. This is the Danger Zone. I am Robville.
Summer is officially over, you bitches. My name is Il Brown.
We're coming live from Villain Radio Studios in Highland, Indiana.
Going back to Indiana.
Nobody wants to do that at all. We try not to be a political show too much, but the current climate of this country has driven us to become a political show until probably after the election or until all the shit show stops, and now probably never fucking happen. So we have to start out these shows giving a rundown of the bullshit that's happened in the last week. Last week we were talking about Jacob Blake and that situation, and there's been all types of shit that come out since then. Like the 17-year-old white kid from Illinois who decided to take it upon himself to travel across state lines with an illegal firearm.
Man, listen.
And take the law into his own hands.
Man, fuck Kyle, man.
Now, see, here's where it you learn who people are. In the last week, since last week's episode, I've seen so many people sticking up for this kid, calling him hero, calling him a patriot, saying he's doing what the justice system is not doing. And here's the rundown. 3 people were shot, 2 people were murdered by an underage child with an illegal weapon. Now, shit has came out that the 2 people killed were felons. One was a pedophile or had a sexual assault with a minor. While no matter what kind of a charge it is, it's bad. But you kind of have to look into it. Like I'm doing the case research to see exactly what the sexual contact with a minor was. It could have been he was 19, his girl was 17, or something like that. And the parents just didn't like him. Whatever the case may have been, what it comes down to is he went to jail. He served his time that the court saw fit, whatever they gave him. That don't excuse whatever he did to get that charge, but vigilante justice is not, that's against the law just as much as anything else. Now, you could be mad all you want, or I've been called everything from a pedophile sympathizer this week to somebody who don't know what they're talking about. And I challenge anybody to a debate. You guys just make sure you bring facts and not your opinions, because that's what most people do nowadays. They just straight up come with their opinions and fight so hard for that to be a fact. Well, let's get down to the facts on this case. 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse from Antioch, Illinois, took a gun that we don't exactly know what a gun came from, but it's safe to assume that his mother bought it for him or bought it in her name for him to use. He walks around his apartment complex with it. So anyway, he travels 17 miles from Antioch to Kenosha, Wisconsin, help protect businesses as part of a well-regulated militia group. Anyway, during his protecting of the businesses, or whatever case may be, he comes face to face with protesters. A plastic baggie, a baggie the same size that you would put about a quarter of weed in, was thrown at him. He gets spooked. He shoots. He grazes the first victim in the head. The victim turns around to run away. He shoots at the first victim 4 times in the back. There goes any self-defense case. I don't know what your guys' schooling level is, but my schooling level is pretty high with a concentration in constitutional law, public policy, and well, that's basically it. So, as a constitutional law major, I learned to read the Constitution, as should you. There's a lot of shit floating around. Does the Constitution give him the right to carry that gun? No, it does not. It's been brought up a lot through a lot of different cases throughout the last 40 years, and the last judge to dissent on it was Scalia, and there's nowhere that in the Constitution does it say that you could carry it underage. You basically got to go by the law set forth for your state. He's a resident of Illinois, where you cannot carry a long gun even at 18 like you can in other states. You have to wait till you're 21, and you have to have a FOID card before you even buy the gun.
I know the Illinois gun laws very well.
So that's law number 1. He's in possession of a firearm that's illegal. Yep. That's unlawful. So charge number 2, and this is a federal law. He crosses state lines from Illinois into Wisconsin
with said gun.
Law number 3 being broken. He was underage in the state of Wisconsin with a gun that he brought illegally from another state. Law number 3, that was broken. And then we get into the charges the 6 charges he received from the shooting, and they're charging him at the highest charges they could have that they could give him. Now, there's a bunch of armchair pundits and people that have watched all these videos gather from around, and it's self-defense this, self-defense that. There's no self-defense case after he shot the first person in the back. Second person he shot, the guy with the skateboard, the guy that hit him with the skateboard and tried to wrestle a gun away from him and got shot from the side, went through his heart, his aorta, perforated his carotid artery and everything, and his lung. And the third guy, who was also a felon, who had a pistol, he got his, as you've seen the pictures, his arm was blown off at basically the elbow joint.
Yeah.
Now I've seen a lot of felons. I know a lot of felons who are sticking up for this kid, saying, "Oh, that guy has no right to have a gun because he was a felon." And these are felons who carry guns illegally themselves. So it's crazy watching the pot call the kettle black in this situation.
Yeah, right.
What it comes down to is the kid went hunting. I don't care what your opinion of it is, whether he's a hero or a patriot or whatever the case may be. Both people that were murdered and had records, they served their time as the court seen fit. If you have a problem with the sentences they got, then go out and vote locally and try to change your laws. But double jeopardy. You can't say he's killed. He deserved to die, because 9 times out of 10, if we start digging into your past, we're going to find a bunch of shit that you probably should die for too. The fact of the matter is, he broke a shitload of laws. He's not a patriot. He's not a hero. He's an instigator. He didn't go to Chicago during any of the riots with that gun because he couldn't. You know, he would have gotten in trouble. He would have got busted. He thought he had a better chance to blend into Kenosha because, you know, there was a bunch of other fucking gung-ho white radicals with guns too. Now, here's the thing. He walked by the police with this gun. Nothing done at all.
Right past him.
And I hate to keep having to hammer this home, but it's like people just don't get it. What was that young kid's name that got killed because he stole a backpack?
Shit.
It's so many people.
Losing track.
It's hard to keep track of all these people of color who get killed for basically no reason. Um, we we don't have our we don't have off camera. Rich ain't here again this week. we, we don't have our fact checker. But it comes down to no matter what's going on with Mr. Blake or the situation, the simple fact is that he didn't have a gun. Now there's reports there was knives on a floorboard, but none of the reports that I've seen explicitly stated anything about a knife. I don't see why people have such an issue with the fact that people are getting killed for no reason, and so they want to try to pick things from these people's past to justify the murder, when that's not how it's supposed to work, because you only do that to people of color. You don't do that to white people, at all, and it was just the anniversary of old dude who walked into church in South Carolina and killed 9 people. Killed nine people. Got arrested in handcuffs. Wasn't beat. Wasn't tasered. Wasn't killed. Then they proceeded to take him through the drive-thru at Burger King and get him dinner.
Let him have it his way.
So it's just the simple fact that there's such a big difference in what happens between the two different races when there's a crime committed. It don't matter what the crime is, the person of color is always either beaten, marginalized, or just murdered. Just straight murdered. There's a lot of people trying to justify the Breonna Taylor murder because her name was in the warrant with the guy they were after. But the guy they were after was already in custody. He was literally in police custody, but they still served a warrant looking for him. And it comes out, was it yesterday it came out? Or late Friday it came out that they tried to get Miss Taylor's boyfriend to say she was part of an organized crime ring for immunity, even though the charges against him were ultimately dropped.
Wow.
It's the majority of America does not see this problem, and that's the problem. And it's the overwhelmingly majority of white people, of Caucasian nationalists. And I call them nationalists just for the simple fact that they're putting their white pride and their love for this country's above everything else. They're not proud Americans. They're proud white people.
That's pretty much it. As you could probably tell, I'm very fatigued about this subject, man. This shit is like a revolving door.
It's redundant. It's all the fucking time. It's nothing's getting better. Everything's getting worse. Yeah. And then Cheeto and Chief comes on TV yesterday and kind of pats Kyle on the back. So it just emboldens his core fan base, which are white nationalists, more. And he's just another story. It's we restarted the show, and the name of the show is The Danger Zone, because we like to get into things other people don't like to get into. And we like to bring it from a perspective from two sides. We're white and black, as you can see, but I've made a living working in a black culture, which is hip hop. So it's my duty to point out and bring to light the social injustices, or I don't feel like I'm doing my job to support not only the hip hop culture, but the black culture as a whole.
I mean, shit is just not hard to tell, man. Like, nobody's applying logic in these situations, man. You can't do this type of shit nowhere else in the world. But here in the United States, man, the shit is just, it's the norm. And the shit is starting to happen so often that we're starting to be, desensitized by it. and it's just like, oh, another person gets shot, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's nothing new. This has been happening since the civil rights movement. You know, it's but now with the way social media is, everything happens in front of our face. So a lot of people, even though during the civil rights movement, the majority of people knew what was happening, but they didn't know the extent of it unless they seen a little news clip in the paper or a little blurb in the evening news or whatever the case may be. But now it's so prevalent right in front of our faces, and people still don't believe it. It's like those people that they see the fire burning, but they got to put their hand in the fire and be burned by it to be like, oh shit, that's hot. You can tell them it's hot 45 times, but they got to burn themselves.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate, man. I mean, when it's not happening to you, you know, you just blind to it. You know what I mean? Or you don't care.
You know what? You know, right, Mr. Chilling, he is a terrorist. The biggest terror threat to America is a Caucasian male. And that's coming from a Caucasian male. I've been lucky. I've been lucky enough that I'm from the hood. I grew up in the hood. I didn't know a white person outside my family till I was 14. So I'm able to see from both sides. And it's the losing side is always the Caucasian side, because I mean, you could go all the way back to when the Pilgrims came here and the massacre of the Indians. It's always been their fault. They want what they want, and they do whatever they got to do to get it, with no regard to any kind of damage they're doing.
Yeah, man. You know, when you're protected by privilege, you know what I mean. You don't see. You don't see the error in your ways, man, because you're constantly being rewarded for the same shit. You know what I mean? There's no real repercussion. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, pulling teeth to get charges. Well, shit is obvious. You know what I mean? Like I keep saying, man, you can't do this shit nowhere else in the world except here. You go anywhere else in the world, man, they're gonna charge you out the ass.
It's exactly, and the fact is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Even though it's bad now, we don't think it's bad. It's bad. People are being murdered at an alarming rate for nothing. We go back to the George Floyd incident. They were called because he used a fake $20 bill, or supposedly, and then it ends with his death. It's exhausting. It's tiring. It takes back from any progress that we've made as a country. And it's just so disheartening. You know, it's
like I don't see any progress really, man. You know what I mean? It's just,
and the simple fact that these people are like, I was arguing, like, I had time yesterday I had about an hour and a half where I had some free time, and what I did is I fucking literally argued with people. And it's you know, you shouldn't argue with a fool, but I like putting the facts out there and having them ignore the facts and just come with opinions, which makes no sense. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them. But you guys look at the facts. Or they'll share whatchamacallit, some weird website, americasthetruth.net or thepatriotnews.org. You know, look, this is really what happened. No, it's not. You're just finding shit to fit your narrative.
That's it. You could spin any situation any kind of way. The facts and the truth are the only thing that's going to matter at the end of the day. And these are real lives being lost, and real people getting off scot-free from it. Shit is crazy.
Today's episode was supposed to be a Griselda themed episode, but West Side Guns project got pushed back, and then we had all this bullshit that we wanted to get out the way. I want to play some. I want to play some music today. So, you guys got anything you want us to review towards the end of the show? Go ahead to send it in to villainradiollc@gmail.com. Go ahead and share this video.
And
if you're
for
watching,
the record, villain is not spelled with the I after the second L. It's an A right there.
VILLAIN. It's crazy how many people do not know how to spell.
Good
you guys did
grief.
real bad in the spelling bees in a kid. Just be sure we're clear, though. There are more ignorant motherfuckers than racist motherfuckers. The ignorant motherfuckers don't know what they don't know and don't care to be educated. Some are ignorant racists. Others are just ignorant. Yes, but racism is just based in pure ignorance anyway. But you do definitely have a point there. It's all taught. Like I was talking a couple weeks ago. Everything from racism to religion, it's all taught. Like as a child, somebody on my timeline on my Facebook feed yesterday, they baptized their child yesterday or Sunday or whenever it was. See, I don't agree with baptism of children. I think children should wait. I think the child should wait till they're old enough to make their own decision because you're essentially just indoctrinating your child into a cult against their wishes.
100% facts, man. Like, shit is crazy, man. Like, and it's just real fatiguing, man.
Religion is one of the greatest dividers there is, and I see it's crazy. There's super religious people that I see that the super religious zealot guy, super ultra conservative guy.
Yeah,
he called me a part of the sheeple the other day. So this is coming from a guy who essentially is a sheep himself. You can say what you want about religion, whether you are a religious person, whether you're Christian or Catholic or a Buddhist or a Muslim, if you're a Jew, if you're a Presbyterian, if you're a Lutheran, if you're you see where I'm going here? There's so many different religions, and they all want to talk shit about the other one. My biggest gripe about religion is Christianity, just for the simple fact that after the Chinese and the Africans had their own beliefs for thousands of years before Christianity came along, they came along and said, all your shit's wrong, this is right. I'm one of the firm believers that religion was just created to keep the poor from murdering the rich. But so many people actually think that some fake guy in the sky is going to come and save you. We could debate about it all day. I have a degree in that also. So we go all day at this. There's what is it? Hold on. Let me get these pictures up. We're not going to spend too much more time on this because I want to get into a bunch of a better shit and not sour the mood of with all the bullshit's going on. Even though we like talking about the hard hitting things and get into things that people don't want to get into, it tends to run you down after a while.
Yeah. Like I'm over it, man. Like it's just I'm at the point where damn near ready to lash out about it, man. Like if it's a war that you're trying to provoke, it's a war you're gonna get eventually. You can't continue to keep poking the bear.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But we're gonna wrap this section up because I don't want to spend no more time on it. But Kyle Rittenhouse is a fucking domestic terrorist. He deserves to be put underneath the jail. I don't care if he killed a pedophile. I don't care if it was a fucking innocent old lady. The fact of the matter is, the two people who killed were felons. The two people he killed served their debt to society as seen fit by the courts. I'm for all pedophiles being castrated. That's just me. But there's laws you have to follow. Like if Phil Brown goes and does something, and I don't think that what he did was right, and even though he went to court, he went to jail, he served his time, he got out, he did his time on papers or whatever, but I didn't think the court did what they should have done. So I go and I kill Mr. Brown. I should still be subjected to the same laws that he was subjected to.
Yeah, man. It's like
go to jail, bro.
You already know where I was going with it, man. Go to jail, bro.
Go to jail, bro.
Hey, Kyle, go to jail, bro. Forever, bro. Death row, bro.
There's one thing I will point out. There's a lot of people complaining that he's in a juvenile detention facility awaiting extradition to Wisconsin. And as somebody who has worked in the legal field extensively, that is because Illinois' laws are a little bit different. If he's being charged as an adult in Wisconsin, when he gets to Wisconsin, they'll put him in jail.
Yeah.
But Illinois does things differently. But what I don't agree with is the judge in Illinois delaying his extradition hearing by a month so he could come up with money for representation. Now, that would not happen to a person of color.
Not at all.
They would throw a public defender at you and be like, see you later. You're Wisconsin's problem. Good luck.
Baggiest slacks possible.
It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. But let's move on from that bullshit. They did uncuff Mr. Blake though from his hospital bed. Trump was in Kenosha, I think yesterday, after the governor and the mayor of Wisconsin and the mayor of Kenosha asked him not to come.
Mm-hmm. Still showed up.
Not giving no fucks. But anyway, let's move on to a little bit.
I understand when you're being provoked, man. That's all this shit is.
Yeah, exactly. Let's that's the sad trombone because America's in a really sad place right now, and it's our own fault. You know, we're all equally at fault at some point for bullshit. But nobody wants to play their part. They just want to blame others and move and don't want to move along. And you know what else? You know the weekly state of the country.
It's a shit show. Whoa, it's the shit show.
Yeah, that's need to do a show called The Shit Show.
You on to something.
But anyway, we're gonna move on. We do spend a great deal of time on sports on the show the past couple of weeks because we're big basketball fanatics, and the bubble has been the bubble has worked, doing exactly what they thought it was going to do with their precautions they took and whatnot.
The bubble has low key set the blueprint.
You set the blueprint for everything should be done.
Yeah.
But we're going to spend a little time in sports before we backtrack and get into some more news shit, but not news that's totally make you all super depressed. But I want to start off about the White Sox.
Go White Sox. Go White Sox.
I'm a huge White Sox fan, always have been. It's been some painful rebuilding years, but we now have a squad. And we're not even at full power. One of the best pitchers in the league decided to just sit the season out
on that young COVID list.
So we lead the American League in all offensive categories. We hit 54 home runs in the month of fucking August.
Bats have awakened.
That did Abreu's fucking
Abreu's ripping the cover off.
Strong MVP talks. Hey, got the first no hitter of the year too.
Gio.
And it's what he threw the most swing and misses since Nolan Ryan in 90.
Gio was dealing.
That was 1990 for all you young bucks watching.
He
But
was dealing. When I tell you, he was dealing.
we do this show live so we could because we got the comments section, so that way we can interact with everybody in the comments. So if you guys got something you want to touch in and whatnot too, feel free, and we may have time to get into it. We may not, depending. Our shows have been running kind of long, about 2.5 hours for the first 2 episodes and the pilot episode. Well, we really want to be at about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes or so. So bear with us as we get our footing right as we go through here. Couple weeks, everything will be running super smoothly, and we'll start bringing in guests. We didn't want to bring in guests too much right off the bat because we don't really want. We want to wait to the viewership and the numbers are at a good level every week before we start bringing the bigger name people in, because we're not going to be bringing in fucking Larry that works at Burger King down the street. We're gonna be bringing people who are relevant in the industries that we are talking about on that day, and so on and so forth. So
actually, I want to bring Larry from Burger King. Hey, Larry!
I want to bring Larry Legend in.
Oh, no doubt.
My boy Larry Legend.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Chicago peeps that be rocking with us hard.
Saturdays, the homies.
Yes. But there's a lot of things we want to do in here. Like I want to do remote shows. Like we could do. There's a artist I'm trying to book for an interview that will do the show at a Harold's. You know, because with our Roadcaster Pro, we could go on the road and we could
broadcast anywhere, baby.
Broadcast anywhere we're at. But back to the White Sox. So far, there's been a couple hiccups in the in MLB, but they're everything's so far so good. I mean, there's been players here and there that got it, so the teams gotta lay low for a couple of days. That's why there's some disparity in the games played shit and got the records all thrown off and weird. But
yeah, they get caught up, man.
We're halfway through the season. It's going to be a 60-game season. We're at about 34, 35 games played right now. The White Sox are sitting atop the Central Division at 22-13. We're only 2 games back from the best record in the league.
Boom.
And you know what? Waited a long time for this shit. It's like, you know, and the thing is, it's weird. And if you're a Chicago fan or Chicago resident, you know that the White Sox and Bulls are owned by the same guy, Jerry Reinsdorf. So when one team's doing good, the other team's not doing so good because it's like only one team's concentrated on. But the Bulls are his redheaded stepchild. He don't care about the Bulls. His son basically runs the Bulls, but he's a baseball guy. But since the Bulls' attendance has dropped so dramatically over the last year and a half, he's taken a keen interest in the franchise again, and that's why we finally seen the front office fucking done away with this summer.
In some capacity, you know.
But shout out to the White Sox. Shout out to Ricky Renteria. A lot of people were displeased with his pick as a manager, but he's a career baseball guy, so he knows what he's talking about. And he got the squad playing good, you know, and we have a very, very strong lineup. And my shout out to Tone, my contractor for the studio that does all the work here at Villain Radio. He is a diehard Cubs fan, and he was just here finishing some shit up. And even he said he was the first person I've heard this year say it. I mean, besides myself, but I don't count. They're hands-on favorites to win the whole thing this year, you know? Like we could go and we could take the series. We could win the whole World Series. I mean, the only people really standing in our way in our division may be Tampa Bay. Maybe. But I don't think as long as our pitching and our defense could hold the runs from the other team, there's nobody that could outbat us.
Not at all. White Sox lineup is deep all the way past the 7th hole, man. I mean, you got Robert still batting 6th, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, actually, he's batting 7th, right? So he's batting 6 or 7. So I mean, dude's got pop in his bat, man, and power, super good athlete, man, and it's just crazy that in literally one off season, it's like, okay, now it's go time, and you know what I'm saying? They're delivering. Like, you would have told me they had 22 wins already, I probably would have been like, maybe about 15 or 16.
Yeah, maybe 15 or 16.
22 wins, that's very impressive. Now you're talking, pennant race, as they should. In professional sports, it's year to year, man. Catch lightning in the bottle, you got to go get it right that year.
Yeah, you definitely have to. It's a weird year for everything. The way COVID got everything. Everybody's either working from home. E-learning is. I don't know if some of these parents are kind of slow and don't know how to work anything other than their cell phone. Or
big issue.
Or the teachers are old and don't know how to work their technology on their side. But some are going good, some are going bad.
Man, listen. A lot of this shit got a lot to do with the teachers and shit not knowing, you know what I'm saying? What the hell to do? Like the lady that was passing out the laptop for our son's school and shit, like, man, she was struggling. I was like having to help her through the process. I was like, nah, this is what you do right here, shorty. Like, you about to be giving away a gold mine in technology if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying? She was signing them out wrong and everything. I'm like, oh, whoa. I could have came back like 3 times. It's like, nah, you don't do it like that. So, yeah, man, learn technology, man. Like, I be trying to teach moms and teach my moms and anybody who's trying. Like, you gotta learn this shit, man, or you're gonna be left behind. Like, real shit.
You're gonna be real behind.
You're gonna be behind the 8 ball.
I wonder how this is going to translate if they can't go back this year. Like, how easy is it going to be for people to?
I will say this. Our son improved.
Okay,
he improved.
I think a lot of kids that had trouble learning in the regular classroom environment are going to thrive with being able to doing everything by themselves because they're not going to be bored being in the classroom.
And it's a distraction. Like, you're removing a lot of social inadequacies with the homeschool aspect. Like, nobody cares if the kid has on the latest kicks.
Yes.
Or if his clothes are dirty or fitting or whatever. It's about the work. It's about learning. You know what I mean? They only see you. It's like Nanny for Muffet babies and shit. They see you from here on.
That's exactly what it is.
So you're removing all the anxiety that these kids face, trying to fit in, trying to be cool. It ain't about that shit no more. It's about, hey, here I am, I'm showing up on my laptop, on my webcam, and nobody can see me. Nobody cares if I have on the latest. It's actually, I mean, we saw so much improvement. Like, he was a fairly average student, like kind of a lazy student, letting his fellow classmates get him into shit and talking all out of turn. Just couldn't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And then COVID comes, the kid ends up, making the honor roll. Literally, the next quarter, as soon as they shut it down, he makes the honor roll. And I'm like, wait a minute. We might have to keep his ass at home for let's make this, hey, let's get him through 8th grade. And, so let's get him reprogrammed for high school because, yeah, man, I don't even know how we got here on this subject, but he's doing great.
Yeah, dude, we took a detour somewhere, but yes, teachers,
education.
Yeah, teachers have to have more lesson plans instead of the call. Yeah, they do, but it's weird. They got to go off of whatever guidelines, and each district has different guidelines for the e-learning shit.
Definitely all different.
And so it's weird. I know. Family friend has 2 kids. One kid goes to one district and one goes to another district. And one of the districts, they're actually in class. They're going to school.
Yeah.
And the other one's straight e-learning.
Yep.
And the one that's doing e-learning has already finished all the work that they put up for the month. They put up school started middle August, my bad. In August, and they put all the work for August and September up. The kid's done with all the work. Everything's done and has been graded. Got like a B+ in a class and has nothing to do until the work for August is put up or October is put up.
Shit's crazy.
I keep on saying August.
More Fortnite time for the shorties.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoop the fucking do. Take that battle pass and shove it up your ass, Fortnite.
NBA playoffs.
The playoffs.
The Lakers went ahead and bounced out. The Lillardless Blazers.
I'm ready for this today. I get to talk my shit today.
Yes, the playoffs.
We need a bomb. Do we have a bomb?
We don't have a bomb right now.
We need a bomb.
All the bombs were kind of.
I got a bomb. I'm gonna give you a bomb.
Send me the bat.
We need. I need a real bomb for this shit right here.
Yes. But the playoffs are alive and well. We have moved into the second round. Lakers are waiting. As goes to Game 7 for the. They're waiting for the Rockets and the Thunder. Chris Paul has powered the Thunder to 7 games to lifeless fucking Rockets. They've like
fucking Russell Westbrook is a goddamn degenerate,
bro. Now everybody sees he's been the problem everywhere.
It's you, Murphy. It's you.
It's you, bro.
It's you, bro. Go to fundamentals camp, bro.
But back to this Nuggets Jazz series, which has been the series so far in the playoffs.
Man, must see TV.
Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray himself. Like, what did I say the other day? He's a round of applause for Jamal Murray. He has emerged as a superstar during these playoffs.
He is a damn demon out there.
He's the first player since Allen Iverson to score 3 straight games of 40 points or more.
3 straight packs.
2 50-point games and a 40-point game in between. And he's shooting first 58%, 61%, and 71% he shot the other day to force Game 7.
Either the defense extra bad or that boy extra good. And I'm gonna say that boy extra good.
He's taking it straight to the hole. He's going around.
He's doing what the fuck he want.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He's doing what he want out there.
He's doing exactly what he wants.
The game's so slow for him right now, man. Oh man, he out there cooking.
I think that the second round, I think Utah or Denver are going to give LA more of a run for their money than Portland did. Especially Denver because they're a more rounded team.
Yeah,
like poor Mitchell's out there just playing by himself.
Yeah,
like trying to keep them in the game the whole time, and that's why he's dropping. Like he's been playing his ass off too.
Utah is a player away, and a lot of people were like, "Well, what about Mike?" No. Utah is a player away, man. If they could, they're Gordon Hayward away. He should have stayed in Utah.
Yeah,
they're Gordon Hayward away.
Yeah, that's. But when you leave, you're leaving the team because you don't want to wait anymore. Like Gordon Hayward was kind of like how like Durant was in Oklahoma. He was there for so long, and he gave him he was there for a while, and he gave him all the opportunity to do whatever, and they still didn't do it. And that's the same thing Durant did in Thunder. Even though they had Westbrook, even though they had Harden,
It's tough.
Three people like that's not just because you have those three people don't mean you're going to win a championship when they're all ball first players. The offense has to run through each one of those players.
Yeah. They're all ball dominant, man. So when it comes to shit like that, man, you just, man, I don't know, man. It's demographics definitely matter. Because, it's hard to convince motherfuckers that, hey, man, come play in Utah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Hey, come to Oklahoma City, man. Y'all ever been to those places, man? They fucking suck.
Yeah, they are not fun at all.
They suck, bro. They suck, bro. Like, if I'm a free agent and everybody's throwing money at me, I mean, hell, Chicago's the third largest market. A superstar could come here and make a killing in this market.
Yeah.
But the fucking winner is ridiculous, man. Like, nobody wants to come freeze their balls, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless they know they're going to win. They have to know they're going to win. Other than that, I want to take my money and go where it's nice. LA, here I come. Miami, here I come. Fucking warm weather, here I come. God damn it. Playoffs been the shit though so far, man. Jamal Murray putting on the show. Spider Mitchell damn near matching them. Game 7 tonight. What, 7:30?
Yes.
Gonna be ABC. It's not on TNT. It's not on ESPN. It's on ABC tonight.
Yeah, they're gonna start moving everything over to ABC as we go.
Free TV.
Exactly, and that's why.
Free TV.
They're looking at see the NBA. The NBA is a very good business. They know what they're doing. Adam Silver has done an excellent job since he took over for Stern.
Yeah, Silver's been killing me.
So they know that viewership has been down a little bit, and
still a fucking bubble. Excuse me.
And a lot of it has to do with there's a lot of people that don't got cable.
Yeah,
it got shut off during the pandemic, or whatever the case may be.
Cutting the cord.
So you throw it in, you move everything over to ABC, and boom, there you go.
Viewership is back up, baby.
But tonight we got today we got Boston Toronto game 2. Boston won game 1.
I think you're gonna see a response from Toronto.
I think you are too.
If not, it's a wrap.
Yes. And then we have Utah Denver.
Yes, sir.
What time? Actually, don't even say. Oh yeah, 7:30. And that's
I got Denver tonight, man.
You Denver? I got Denver too. That's who I see taking. That's who I want to win, and that's who I see. I think it's going to be another statement game for Murray. Just be like, yeah, I'm getting all this tension, but yeah, I'm supposed to be here, and shit like that. So I'm real looking forward to it.
Forward to that, John.
I want to move on to one of my favorite players. He could be a cancer where he's at too. But
I think we're on the same page.
But he plays hard no matter where he's at.
We're on the same page here,
Mr. Jimmy Buckets.
And the G stands for get off that man.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. No matter where he's at, he wins.
Get off that motherfucker's back.
We traded Rose to the Knicks, and we were still winning because of Jimmy.
Yeah.
We trade Jimmy to the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves start winning because of Jimmy. Jimmy leaves the Timberwolves, and he goes to Philly, and Philly's wins because of Jimmy. And Jimmy leaves, and you see fucking Philly totally self-destruct. Meanwhile, Miami rises from fucking mediocrity back to a title contender again. Even though the East is, I don't want to say the East is weak because you got to get past Toronto and Giannis, but Miami's kind of deep.
They got a lot of young players. Give props to the homie Bam Adebayo.
Yes.
Matchup nightmare. Could switch 1 through 5. Man, listen. Let's talk that shit time, man.
Go ahead.
Being here in Chicago, being one of the few motherfuckers that didn't have a problem with Jimmy Butler putting foot to ass of the organization of the Bulls and feeling how he was feeling like a man on an island with the only one on the team with a work ethic. You know what I'm saying? I understand Chicago is always going to be a D Rose town, always. But after the injuries, he was definitely not better than Jimmy Butler. And the whole time, Jimmy was like, hey, I understand, yo, you MVP Rose and all of that. But hey, I've been holding down the fort and we've been still winning. You know what I'm saying?
And half the city disrespected the fuck out of him.
Now, due to shitty coaching and, you know, what have you, a good coach finds a way to make a Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler backcourt work. Period.
Yes.
You find a way to make that shit fucking work. You have to.
You have to. It's the best backcourt in the league.
Like, you look at it right now, like Rose has turned the corner on those injuries.
Yeah, his numbers last season was just about or a couple other categories above what he had in his MVP season.
Yeah, efficiency wise, definitely. His usage was down, but his numbers were up.
Off the bench.
Yeah. Now, per 36, you're looking at he was 28 points, 9 assists player.
Yeah, he was top 3 in the league in almost everything.
Right. Now, you wait that situation out, man. You just can't afford, in the market where superstars are shunning your team left and right.
And especially a hometown kid.
You can't shit on the hometown kid, and you can't shit on the hardworking guy, the late first round pick, damn near second round pick.
That came out of nowhere.
And worked his ass off to become a superstar in this league. People are like, Jimmy's not a superstar. Go review the tape.
This guy is from a small ass town.
Go review the fucking tape, man. All that shit, I'm not trying to hear that shit no more.
Busted his ass to get to Marquette. Busted his ass to get into the league.
In my opinion, he's the type of dude I want going to war with me.
Oh, yeah.
Because
he's going to hold everybody else accountable.
He's going to hold everybody accountable because he's always had to be held accountable himself.
And he's going to hold himself accountable, which most of these fucking overpaid people don't do nowadays.
Right.
Anyway.
Like, Jimmy's the type of dude, he's an irritant. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. You know what I'm saying?
It helps his game.
Exactly.
Like that's why he's a Jordan.
He feeds off.
That's why he's a Jordan brand player. That's why Mike signed him to the Jordan brand. He's the same type of competitor. He's probably the closest mentality-wise of a competitor that Mike was that we've had
since Kobe.
Yeah, since Kobe.
But those guys all come from the same cloth, man. They're win at all cost type of guys, man. Now, as far as skill set and everything, yeah, Jimmy's ceiling is I would say has been reached and all of that, but he's still a top 3 two-way player.
That's the key word. Two-way is the key word because there's not very many two-way players at his caliber.
And now you're starting to see what a team could be under his leadership. That's all on the same page. That wants to work hard, wants to play hard like he does. A cat like Bam Adebayo, cut from the same cloth, win at all costs type of player, going hard every chance he gets out on every minute he gets on the floor. Got a bunch of other guys that are kind of like fiery competitors, like Tyler Hero and they just got the right mix of guys that believe in a dude like Jimmy to go out and close games. Let Jimmy go close. Anybody that could get to the free throw line 13 times and convert 12 of them shits, he's gonna keep you in the game. He's gonna keep you in the game.
Why are you gonna give up? That's 96% shooting.
Man, listen. You put Jimmy Butler.
That's guaranteed points
on the current Bulls roster, and they may still be playing right now.
Yeah. Well, you swap him out for Zach. Because
you could.
If we still had him on the roster, we wouldn't have Zach.
Yeah. I mean, if you put him on a roster and you have a player the caliber of a Zach with him.
Oh, that's we're top 3 in the conference.
Yeah, you're top 3 team in the conference, man. So, but even
because we'd have Jimmy play the 3.
Even without Zach, you still have Jimmy. It's good for 23 to 25 himself.
And his defense.
And his defense, which you don't get from Zach. And
if we had Jimmy on the roster we had now, I would start Dunn, Zach, Jimmy,
and Kobe White.
I don't know. No, I'd have him come off the bench, but I'd want Dunn in there. Him and Jimmy on that defense.
Yeah, you're talking about a backcourt that can lock down damn near anything.
Yeah, because no matter what you want to say about Dunn, he's a very, very good defensive player.
He's a defensive. He's an all NBA level defender. Like
it's even
no question.
Off the bench, he was top 5 in the league in steals.
Yeah.
So, but it's a pipe dream. I mean, we don't even have a coach right now, and a lot of the people that they even want to bring in to talk to coach, they can't come right now because they're in the bubble.
Yeah.
We want everybody's assistance right now. So
my thing right now, please hire Kenny Atkinson, man. But anyway,
he's known to develop players, and I would love it.
Because you still got a lot of shit there with Laurie and Wendell Carter, and hell, maybe even
we have the potential to have the best front court in the conference, and not the league, with those two if they're developed properly.
Yeah, no question. No question.
We have the money to bring in a high caliber 3, and it all depends what we do in the draft, because LaMelo's probably going to fall to 4, and then what do? Do you take him because he's there?
If he falls to 4, you just have to take him. You have to. Even if you're going to use him as an asset to move.
Even if you're going to use him as an asset to move, he's going to bring all types of attention until he's moved. Or I think he's going to do a good job.
I think
he's going to be Ben Simmons with a jump shot.
Yeah. I mean, shit, kid's already 6'8" now, right?
Yeah, he's grown like 9 inches in the last fucking year and a half.
Fucking kid is 6'8",
and he's not clumsy with it. Most people that grow that much in that short of time are still clumsy. But he's been a point guard his whole life.
He's a 6'8". He's legitimately a 6'8" point guard. So
he's Magic Johnson. Well, somebody said he's Magic Johnson with a jump shot. That's why I was like more Ben Simmons, because this guy hasn't played. This guy hasn't played.
I need these prognosticators to stop saying stupid shit like that.
And it's always somebody that's never played any type of organized sports in their life.
Motherfucker, Magic Johnson didn't need a jump shot. The motherfucker's court vision was so good that he was getting everybody easy buckets. Like
LaMelo Ball has played with old white men in Australia, and old white men,
a bunch of motherfuckers from the
and a bunch of 30-year-old white men from Lithuania,
from the Old Duels beer commercial and shit.
Like, now check it out. I'm pretty sure, bro, Johnny would go to that Lithuania team that he played on, and he'd average like 47 points a game.
Oh man,
there was. I don't even think there's college level talent on those teams. I mean, I'm not saying that all those guys were bad. I mean, some of them could probably play at the college level, but it wasn't no NCAA fucking tournament level competition in any of those leagues that he played in, either one of those leagues.
No chance. Yeah, no chance, man. No chance.
But I think today's NBA and the rules and everything exist to create a great player that he could be. He could be that great player.
I feel like LaMelo is the type of player that's going to play to whatever level of competition.
He could be a tall ass Steph Curry. He has range. This kid.
I'm not about to throw out no legendary names.
That's why I said he could.
Describing this kid, I'm not even going to say could. LaMelo can be LaMelo. That's what the fuck we go out there and be LaMelo Ball, bro. That's all we need. Go out there and be better than Lonzo. That's all we need.
Yeah, well, I think that's it. See, and I think Alonso gets a bad rap too because he hasn't been put in the system that he could thrive.
I mean,
in.
Lonzo's a classic throwback point guard, and motherfuckers want him to be more than that so bad. And it's
Exactly.
Like, no, let the nigga go be Jason Kidd, bro.
He's been better. He's been better with New Orleans than he has been than he was in LA. Like LA wasn't the place for him because he's from LA. Like you,
man,
there's too much pressure for somebody that already proved that he was still developing.
You take a kid like him, man. You put him around some winners, and he gonna fit right in. He gonna fit right in, man.
I'll take LaMelo for. I like the upside.
Oh hell yeah, man! I mean,
he's played with better competition his entire life.
That's the one thing I will say about him is like, I don't feel like I don't feel like he'd be a reach because I feel like he's going to always play up to the level of the competition.
Exactly.
You give him better teammates, you're going to get better results out of him. You know what I'm saying? So,
and the way the league's set up, it's set up for him to thrive. So the type of game that he has, he's set up to thrive.
He's got all the tools.
He got all the tools for today's NBA. And he's proved that he deserves to be everywhere that he's played at thus far. So we'll see what happens with whenever next season starts.
I need a new co-host. Motherfuckers do smoke backwoods and choke me the fuck out every week.
There's been one backwood this whole time.
Man, these motherfuckers smell like armpit hair. Shit, man. It's hard goddamn work being a sober motherfucker in a world full of clucks. But I still love my guys though. So they're my favorite clucks.
We both got Denver moving on to get obliterated by the Clippers.
Not so fast. Depends on what extra full version of Paul George shows up.
You know what? Everybody
playoff P is something different, man.
Everybody just got to talk mad shit about Paul George every day because then he'll respond.
That motherfucker, bro.
Motherfucker didn't show up for 3 games and it was okay, I'm here. And then he's like, I've been depressed. It's the bubble.
And fuck that, man.
You're
Everybody
a professional.
Else, he's a fucking bitch. Everybody else is in the bubble right with your goofy ass, putting up like outrageous career level. Motherfuckers having the best performances they ever had in their life in the bubble. And here he comes talking about some fucking, oh, I'm depressed. It's the bubble. There's no sunshine. Fuck that. You get paid $300 goddamn million damn near. I go play in the bubble right now for free just to get the fuck out of the Midwest right now and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We're in a bubble. You're in fucking Florida, bro.
Yeah, Disney World bubble. I'm pretty sure it's hella fun shit for them to do within the bubble.
Yeah,
I know it is.
Their families are able to come now. Fred Van Fleet's kids showed up yesterday.
Yep.
He was with them yesterday and shit. So, like, guys, come on.
Man, listen.
So,
anybody complaining about depression, making $300 million in that fucking bubble where you're safe, you're not going to catch COVID, and you're still getting paid. And you're getting to do what you love, which is hoop. Your fam could come through. You're with your peers, your homies, the NBA dudes.
There's probably so much tampering going on.
Oh, man. The amount of moves being made on the low probably right now in the bubble, you up under each other. Hey, man, check it out. You see what we doing. Just imagine if you was on this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, get the fuck out of it. Paul George, stop wetting the fucking bed in the playoffs, bro. Man up and make the Clippers a real threat to the Lakers out there in the West, man, because you come shooting that 13%, 20, what was that? He was shooting so bad it's like 28%.
So a fully intact Clippers team playing like they're supposed to play. You think the Lakers get past them?
I don't think so. They don't have enough depth. See, the Clippers, if you get Paul George playing the way he's supposed to, That's two guys that LeBron got to check. He got to guard somebody.
And Patrick Beverly annoying the shit out of LeBron for the fuck of it.
Pat Beverly is out there being an irritant. You got lemon pepper Lou. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sixth man of the NBA history.
He go get you a 30-piece.
Like nothing.
You know what I'm saying? They front court. They got just enough big guys to constantly throw around
AD
and others. Where's the I don't trust Kyle Kuzma in the 7-game series.
Too inconsistent.
I don't trust Kyle Kuzma. Where else is your scoring coming from, man? You know what I mean? Like, who else is going to give you that 15 a night that matters? You know what I mean?
That's going to be able to get past Kawhi. That's going to be able to get past Beverly.
Yeah. Who's going to give you that 15 a night that matters? Although they've been getting some pretty solid minutes lately out of KCP. But in the 7-game series against the Clippers, I don't think those same guys show up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that level of competition, those same guys are not going to show up, man. Like, Kyle Kuzma ain't going to be Kyle Kuzma, first round Kyle Kuzma, you know what I'm saying? And not having Avery Bradley, you know, that hurts. That hurts.
More than, yeah. There's no replacement. There's
and
it's going to be interesting.
The main thing with them, are you going to get playoff Bron? You know what I'm saying? For 7 games. They better make him wear the black jersey all 7 games.
Or how many games is it going to take until he gets into his feelings and like gives up?
You never know. They better make him wear the black jerseys every game. There's this thing I saw. It was like black jersey LeBron. You know, that's the one you want to go to war with. Like every time LeBron is in that black jersey, you know what I'm saying? He winning something. You know what I'm saying? He putting in some work. So if I'm the Lakers, I'm gonna be like, hey man, we wearing these black uniforms every game against the fucking Clippers.
It's like Superman wearing a black Superman fucking joint.
They better.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good series. I hope Denver pulls it out tonight. I think they will. I think Murray's gonna have an excellent game.
Or either they're gonna win,
or they're gonna
get slapped.
They're gonna get slapped. But I mean, that's what you expect out of a motherfucking. Well, you wouldn't thought it would have won 7 games anyway because they're 3 seeds. So
yeah, man. I mean, Spider Mitchell's pretty pissed. He felt like they let him off the hook. I ain't gonna lie, man. Utah came out and was giving it to him. But let's talk about some of the other series, man. We can't stay there.
The Lakers are fucking just chilling. They're waiting for Houston and Oklahoma City.
I want OKC.
Oh yeah, yes. Chris Paul has had a fucking phenomenal ball.
Hey man, put him in the MVP talks, man. Please.
Please.
He deserves that shit.
Do you, not to get off subject, but do you think Giannis winning Defensive Player of the Year just gonna give LeBron the MVP?
No. I don't think so.
No.
Him having an Anthony Davis level player is going to hurt his chances for the rest of his career. Because dude is just too fucking good. Like, has there ever been a number 2 better than that motherfucker? Like, god damn. Anthony Davis is good for that, what, 30 and 12 a night?
I mean, you could argue he's a starter team.
Right.
You know, he's younger. He should be like LA should be. They should have been this whole time. They should have been grooming him to be the face of the team, but he don't even know if he wants to stay there. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because of LeBron.
Yeah, because it's this narrative when you're LeBron's teammate. When you lose, it's your fault. When they win, he's the reason why they fucking won.
Kyrie is the perfect example.
Exactly.
They won that championship because of Kyrie.
Oh, no question. No question. Kyrie going at Steph and Clay, no matter who was on him, is I mean, of course, that's not sitting here act like LeBron didn't put up damn near triple dub in the whole series. But when it's winning time, bro, there's just a certain edge that I've just never seen from LeBron, except with the exception of 2008 LeBron. When in the finals. 2008 LeBron was on some whole other shit. And I was like, yo, if 2008 LeBron is who he's going to be going forward while constantly evolving his game, hey, man, he might be in a conversation, bro. I'm not finna sit here in front. But he never took that. I mean, that was it. That was the last we saw of that LeBron. Like, just do whatever it takes to win LeBron. Like, that Detroit team, and I would say 06 to 08 LeBron. The 06 LeBron in the playoffs that got the Pistons disbanded.
Yes.
That motherfucker is who you need closing games. Because he was refusing to lose. We haven't really seen him since. Maybe in 08, he was on that. And then after that, man, like, he was giving the ball to Dwayne Wade and stepping aside and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't no way. My best player is taking the last shot. It ain't just about no last shot. My best player in the last 2 minutes of the game, I need him to have the ball and make winning plays every step of the way in the last 2 minutes. Mainly winning shots, those daggers. Hell, even Jimmy, like last night, Jimmy Butler kept Milwaukee off their ass because he just kept hitting daggers over and over and over. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I've never seen LeBron do that, because I have. Hell, mostly to the Bulls.
Yeah.
But when it's like, for some reason, when it's for all the marbles,
he's not there.
He's not there. And that's why I just, I'm not honoring, I don't even want to say it now, but I'm not honoring no comparisons to Jeff.
No.
I can't do it. Can't do it, man. Because when it was winning time, on both ends of the court, Jeff was making those plays. We needed a steal, he gonna go get that steal. Need a bucket, gonna get that bucket. Need a pass to a wide open shooter, because nobody's paying attention to this motherfucker, because they know his resume. Exactly. They know his work. You know what I mean? Like, make no mistake about it. Every time everybody's like, hey, man, he what about the shot for Paxson? What about one Curry? Make no mistake about it. If those defenses hadn't loaded up to stop him, single coverage Michael Jordan is not passing that fucking ball.
No.
Period.
Not at all.
Single coverage. If he knew he was going to see one guy like Byron Russell, clear the floor. Clear the fucking side of the floor.
Give him all that.
We're going to the crib.
Take all that ISO and take them.
We're going to the crib.
It's over.
So the only time I've ever seen that type of version of LeBron was 2006, where you knew what time it was. Like, oh, he's not finna lose to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. After that, it was like, what happened? I was like, damn, I could have got used to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, man, that series,
Houston, Oklahoma. Yeah, I want to see.
I want to see Oklahoma City beat these motherfuckers just so they could break up that god awful ass bad chemistry Rockets team. It's time for that shit to. You gotta figure something out, man. Go ahead and let Harden get up out of there. I don't know what the fuck you do with Westbrook, man. Just let him rot in Houston or some shit. I don't know. He's fucking.
You know who needs? You know who
Oh
needs
my god,
Westbrook? Send him to fucking New York with Tibbs.
Man, Tibbs will finish him off, bro. Tibbs will finish whatever knees Westbrook got left.
Hey, gone.
Tibbs will finish that man off. He will finish that man off, Luol Deng style. How you want it, dog? How you want it? Torn ACL, spinal tap. How you want it, bro? Because Tibbs gonna run that man to the ground.
Get it all.
Tibbs would do to him what he was going to do to D Rose. Run that man to the ground.
Yeah,
man.
Chris Brown lifts. Chris Paul lifts him up and past Houston and into the Lakers. Into the match with the Lakers. Yeah, he definitely. I think he should be in MVP talk now.
Yeah, I'm putting him in the conversation now, but you go ahead and move him past them Rockets. He definitely needs to be in MVP.
2 MVPs. He gonna
because ain't nobody talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder's roster.
Nobody.
This man beating. You talking about 2 of the last MVPs on a team together, and a guy who's never really had any playoff success really knocks them out of the first round with Steven Adams and Dennis Schroeder, and one season he's here, the next season he's not. Gallinari and a couple of young guys.
It's like your blue collar team right there.
There's nothing special about that roster, except Chris Paul. Chris Paul is carrying that team
all the way through the bubble.
Man. Lights out, bro.
Fought their asses to motherfucking game 7.
Lights the fuck out, bro. What else we talking about, man? Miami and Milwaukee.
Yeah, it was surprising. Well, not surprising. Milwaukee's going to be a tough team to beat.
Is that 7 games?
Oh, I don't want to. I wouldn't say that yet because let's see how game 2.
I need to see
how Milwaukee bounces back. Giannis had a terrible fourth quarter.
See, here's the reason why I think Miami could get 7 games up out of Milwaukee. I don't trust Middleton, number 1. Number 2, Miami has 3 guys they can throw at Giannis for 7 games.
Yeah.
And they don't even start Jimmy out on him.
No. Wait till he gets a little tired.
They start Jay Crowder on Giannis. He's an excellent defender and an irritant. So they let him beat on his ass for a couple quarters. Then they switch Bam out on him. He's physical as shit and can slide his feet and stay in front of Giannis.
Yeah, they frustrate him the whole fourth quarter in game 1.
And then you put Jimmy on him. So it's like, 7 games of that. And Giannis without a really reliable, perimeter game?
Yeah.
What? Can you advance past Miami? The answer to that question should be an easy yes. It should be a resounding yes.
It's supposed to be.
But I don't feel like it's a resounding yes. Until Giannis, and it may not ever happen. And that may be the reason why Giannis needs to leave Milwaukee, or they need to figure out something to get him a true number 2. Milwaukee has a shit ton of really good players, but I don't see like a number 2, a bona fide number 2 star, where if they're like, hey, we're going to force Giannis to the perimeter, what can he do about it? You know what I'm saying? So until that happens where he's the guy that's like, hey, I dare you to force me to the perimeter, or hey, you force me to the perimeter, I'm gonna get a ball to this motherfucker. He's gonna close this bitch out. You can steal a series from the fucking Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, still young too, so inexperienced.
I got that going 7 games, man. And that's anybody's series. And the way Jimmy Butler's looking right now, if he can keep this level of play up, Miami will fuck around and pop their ass, bro.
It's possible. It's highly possible. The East is up for grabs.
Toronto, I like Tatum. I like that 3 they got in Boston, man.
Well,
I like
Kemba, Tatum and
Jaylen Brown.
And then Hayward out of nowhere.
Right, Hayward.
Because on any given night, he could give you 30.
To me, we know what we got with Jaylen Brown. Tatum is, I mean, he's going to give you the bare minimum of excellence, no doubt. But we don't know if he's going to like take flight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's always an intriguing thing with the Celtics because you never know, like, when Tatum is going to sit there and become Kobe or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just waiting like, man, I think this kid's got it. You know what I'm saying? But really, for me, the X factor, Kemba could go out and get a 30-pack whenever you fucking feel like it. Does Toronto have enough offense to offset? You know what I'm saying? That those guys are all good for 20 a game. They walk in 20 packs.
That's 80 points right there.
You know what I'm saying? So, what you know, can I get a steady 20-pack out of Fred VanVleet? Maybe. I don't trust Kyle Lowry. Never have, never will. Marc Gasol is old. Siakam's a stud. But is he
enough
25 points a night stud? You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. They've been getting a lot of good minutes from what's the other kid? He's got the African name and shit.
I ain't even trying to say that shit.
Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yep, I'm not even trying
He's
to say
athletic as shit too. It'll come to me. But I just don't see enough scoring from Toronto to be able to beat Boston in 7 games. Wouldn't surprise me if somehow Toronto found a way because they're well coached. Like we always say, they disciplined, they well coached, they're a deep team. But can they score enough? I'm not sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, hey, we can't score enough. We're going to make sure Boston can't score enough either. So that wouldn't surprise me one bit. So that's where I'm at with it. Once we figure out who goes to see the Lakers, still like the Lakers in whatever series, whichever team comes their way. That leaves us with the Clippers and Clippers.
Clippers will play the winner of the Denver-Utah series.
Denver-Utah, right.
Yes.
So yeah. Lakers get the winner of OKC and Houston, like Lakers over whoever comes out of that. Like Lakers over that, like Clippers over whoever comes out of Denver and Denver and Utah. That's playoffs, man. Let's pivot. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
let's talk about that, man.
Yeah, it's so, man, it's crazy. Like that everything he's done that we know him for, basically, he did why he had at least stage 3 pancreatic cancer. Or was pancreatic, what's colon cancer? Colon cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was colon cancer.
Colon cancer.
Like, it was everything. Fucking it's insane. It makes you think if you're working hard enough on whatever you're working on. Like,
it removes a whole lot of excuses, man. I don't know if you guys really know, but the acting game is tough.
Yes.
Being on set, especially a movie like Black Panther or, you know what I'm saying? You know, one of those blockbusters. Man, you talking about them dudes be on set 20 hours a day.
and have to be in a certain type of physical shape.
Tip top condition. That shit ain't easy. And to pull it off with, with the grace and regal approach
that he did,
always classy, never no BS. So, yeah, it's a big loss, man.
And it's crazy how many people knew about it, but didn't say anything.
Yeah,
like you're talking about Disney, his doctors, people in his doctor's office. Oh, who else did they say knew? I was trying to find an article that I had read, but I should have bookmarked it because I read it on my phone. But everything that he's done since 2016, it's literally, it's crazy. Like, people get up and don't go to work for all types of various, like, now you look at it like pussy ass reasons. And he was there every day, battling cancer.
Yeah.
Before and after chemo.
Hey man, I knew motherfuckers call off just because they didn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it.
I don't even feel like it today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You get ready to call off because you don't feel like it.
Shocking.
Think about being on a grueling ass movie set for 20 hours.
For some of the biggest movies ever.
Yeah.
Like Black Panther.
It's hard goddamn work, man. Hard goddamn work.
Everybody's like, nobody our age goes to the doctor. I don't know if it's because they don't got insurance or they just scared to go or whatever the case may be, but they don't go to the doctor, and most people damn near don't fucking take care of themselves.
I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm not guilty of that shit.
But it's starting to hit people. Like, you could say younger and younger, but we're getting older, but it's still a lot younger than the normal and what the average is. Because the average used to be like in mid 50s. Now colon cancer is starting to hit, like, they want you, like, now starting what? They're suggesting at 35 start going in for yearly colonoscopy. Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Some breaking news here.
Oh. Wow, we got some breaking news.
That's not like, it's kind of surprising. It's not real news, but New Orleans Saints open to dealing Alvin Kamara.
Oh, yeah. Well, we Jacksonville cut old dude yesterday, and we'd like to see
Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Hey, if you give me a choice between Alvin Kamara and Leonard Fournette, I'm making that call in New Orleans right now. What you need? Third round, second rounder?
It's crazy the differences in like trades for like the NFL compared to like basketball. Like, usually basketball is straight up big player for big player.
Right.
And NFL is like a big player for like a late third round pick or some shit.
That's what happens when you have a.
It's crazy.
That's what happens when you have a salary cap as strict as the NFL's, because you simply, the lifeblood of your organization is the quarterback. The quarterback and whatever pass rushers you have, right? So other positions, maybe a dynamic wide receiver, maybe. You know what I mean? Even corners, which used to be like top tier, aren't even, you know what I'm saying, looked at in the same regard as pass rushers and quarterbacks are, you know what I'm saying? So running backs, it's going to be rough for you to get your money, even though Joe Mixon got paid today. I think 4 years, 48 mil. But Cincinnati Bengals running back, he's real solid. But Alvin Kamara, goddamn, he's a stud. Like he's one of those guys in the NFL right now at the running back position. They open to trading him. That solves a lot of problems for a team like the Bears, who need, consistent production at the running back position and a dual threat where you catch passes and I mean, he's a 3-down back. You know what I'm saying? So I make that call. But your question, it's the salary cap, man, because draft picks in the NFL are gold, especially top 3 rounds.
Yeah, they got so many fucking rounds in the draft. You get good players all the way throughout.
Yeah. And here's the thing, right? Now how the CBA is set up for the NFL, why do I want to pay this one guy millions when I could get a draft pick and potentially find this guy's replacement and have him locked into a team-friendly 5-year rookie deal? You know what I'm saying? Where you got his player options and all that. I mean, you got team options, shit like that. You got 5 years of a player. So if you're a team like, you know what I'm saying, like where you're locked in and you found your quarterback for the next 10, 12 years, like a Patrick Mahomes, right? You're the Chiefs. You just interchangeable parts because you know your quarterback play is there. So you know your quarterback play is there. You make sure you keep him happy. You keep him a Tyreek Hill. You keep him a Travis Kelce. Everybody else is interchangeable on that team. And you can do it with draft picks year after year. So somebody from the Chiefs blows up. Oh, man, dude is nice. Oh, yeah, trade his ass. He's not Kelce. He's not Mahomes. He's not Tyreek Hill. Trade his ass. You go out and draft a dude just like his ass that you can develop typically on the quick because you can typically plug and play those guys right in those type of systems. Just find the same guy with the same skill set coming out of college, and you got him for 5 years for the cheap. And then when he gets good, hey, who wants him?
All for more assets.
Take him, and then go get a guy just like him. It's the Patriot way, and the Chiefs have figured it out now because they got their Tom Brady with Mahomes.
Yeah.
So it's rinse and repeat, man. Like, hey, if you ain't one of his favorite targets that he insists on being there, which is very doable because really now you only got 3 or 4 dudes eating up big numbers on your cap. The rest of the fucking journeyman and fucking rookie deals. And you're competing for Super Bowls with that because the level of your quarterback play. That's why you can't get that position wrong. I know we're talking about Chadwick, but you can't get the quarterback position wrong, man, because that should have set your organization back 10 years every time. 6 to 10 years. Look at the Bears. We're still trying to figure out this shit at quarterback when right there you had a franchise quarterback without having to trade up, without having to do shit. Take your pick. Mahomes or Deshaun Watson. Doesn't even matter. You could compete with either of those guys. And they're sitting there for the taking. Didn't have to move. But the McCaskies ever so love for the square jaw white dude quarterback cost them a chance, and not one, but two franchise quarterbacks. Shit is hella depressing. And now we over here thinking about ways to patch this shit up because the quarterback is ass grease. And it's crazy because I don't think Mitch is super trash. He just can't run Nagy's offense. And who knows? Maybe Nick Foles comes out and lights the shit up. Who knows? But I wouldn't bet the farm on that shit. I tell you that.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't bet the farm on that shit.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. I wonder. I've been reading a lot of things about like what are they gonna do for Black Panther 2 and shit like that. And
yeah,
then I was talking to somebody the other day, last night, and they're like, well, what if big Marvel guy? So they're like, well, we don't know what happened, during the snap, and all the time things during everything going back in time. Maybe they went back and they Killmonger was like, they talked him out of being an asshole, whatever, and then maybe he's alive and he'll be the new Black Panther. But I think he should go to his sister.
Shout out to our head of concept development over at Noir Caesar, my bro Marcus Johnson. He came up with a super slick. Don't you motherfuckers bite this? I'll come see you. He came up with a super slick way to spin it, and like you said, you have the benefit of the doubt of Thanos snap.
Yes.
What's happening all through those time rips and all of that shit. Let's say T'Challa and Nakia are expecting. So now you have a built-in, heir to the throne coming. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, T'Challa gets killed, which he does get killed in the books.
Yes.
So that's realistic. You just speed that up, kill him off quicker. It sucks, but for the sake of the story arc, you got to do what you got to do, and you find a way to where all you do is spin it. Like, hey, T'Challa, instead of abandoning Killmonger, he goes after him. They save him. You know what I'm saying? Put him in. It's Wakanda. They got all types of fly shit to keep motherfuckers alive. You know what I'm saying? So you put Killmonger on ice. He comes to, T'Challa's dead. They say, hey, can you take over the mantle? As an interim Black Panther. He agrees to do it, and only reason I say no because fuck Michael B. Jordan, but yeah.
Damn it. That escalated quickly.
That dude's a fucking corny fucking piece of shit, man. Like, Michael B. Jordan is like the lamest star in Hollywood, low key and shit. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
shit.
All I see is fucking Wallace from The Wire every time I see dude ass. Like, it's like those braids is magically just come back every time I see dude and shit. Like somebody find Bodie for me, man. Wipe this punk. But nah, man, like all his other, like, Michael B. Jordan's what you call a poser. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's a fucking poser. Like, anything that he thinks is cool that's going to raise his celebrity profile, he tries to be a part of that shit. Okay. And then it backfires on him because he's not really with the shit. Like, like me, I'm really with this shit when it comes to anime and stuff like that. He goes out there. I mean, it's some behind the scenes shit with that dude that I ain't even gonna talk about. That directly dealt with us. But he goes out and does the shit with Coach, right? Doing the, I'm gonna say it like he says, the Naruto collection with Coach, and the Naruto collection ends up like costing the same amount as like Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all of that shit. Motherfuckers that watch anime don't wear that shit, bro. Like, I mean, there's a lot of motherfuckers that watch anime that do like to get fly and shit. Shout out to Nami, where we the ones to supply them. But motherfuckers ain't trying to get Louis Vuitton fly to go to the fucking anime expo or shit like that. Motherfuckers trying to
got money like that anyway.
Exactly, bro. Like, they want some shit that they could cosplay. And the ones that do care about, swagging out a little bit, they want some shit that they could cosplay, but it's still fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That motherfucker totally ran away from that concept and was like, you know what? Let's just give them some shit that none of them can afford and put Naruto's logos on it. Like, that shit was. You ever see how that shit looks, bro? That shit doesn't look like nothing you ever see in any anime anywhere, bro. Like, that shit just look like regular ass shit. Like regular clothes with his name on it and Naruto logos on it. Shit is wild, terrible, and corny, man. Like, they be killing him in the anime community. We know you're a poser, Michael B. Jordan. Cut it out, man. Cut the shit. Your corny ass the fuck out of here. I mean, he'd still body the Killmonger role and all of that. I mean, even if you brought him on as the interim Black Panther, I'm not finna shit on the man as an actor and all of that, but like off the camera, man,
You're a piece of shit.
He's wild, corny, man. Like, that dude's a fucking lame.
It's funny. Shout out to G Scott, who's off camera right now.
Yes,
but,
sir. Off camera, G Scott.
I got G Scott saved in my phone as Michael B. Jordan because the resemblance is uncanny in young Gerald's younger days. He has a beard now, so I mean, Michael B. Jordan got a beard too, but it's not as bushy as yours.
Nah, man, I don't see Wallace when I see G Scott, bro. I see G Scott. I don't see Wallace.
I gotta show you some pictures of young Gerald, circa 2009.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, circa 2009. There's a big resemblance.
Oh shit!
But rest in peace to Coach John Thompson also.
Oh yeah, another big loss.
Yes,
man.
Coach Thompson. I met him on 2 occasions. Excellent guy. I just picked his brain. My uncle, my great uncle, you could say he's 97, almost 98 now. But he was legendary basketball coach in Indiana. Won a state championship with East Chicago. In East Chicago as a coach, retired from East Chicago, then went on to scout for UNLV. You know, some of you guys may have heard of the players he scouted, like Stacey Augmon.
Oh yeah.
Greg Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Larry Johnson.
Yes, sir.
You know, so
running Rebels.
One of the greatest basketball minds I ever met. But through him, I got to meet. I've met quite a few legendary people, and all of them have taken the time to listen to me fanboy out and and pick their brains and or just listen to their stories. I love hearing old people's stories, you know, especially in when we're talking about in a field that I have a passion in, like basketball.
Yeah, Vil Cahoot, man. Don't let it fool you. You got Vil Cahoot, man. You got basketball IQ.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But what else did I want to touch on one other thing, but I can't remember what the fuck it was. Something else that happened this week, but got lost in the shuffle of yeah. We here at Villain Radio have Amazon Prime channel now. So
yes, sir.
We will be creating content, and we'll be releasing more and more news about that in the near future. I'm starting to develop a cartoon I want to be putting on there, and then there's bigger things that we'll do that probably won't be on there, but will come as a result of things that are on there. We're going to do a show called Villain Radio Necessary Evil, where we travel around the country and touch light on things that may have been forgotten about, like the water crisis in Flint. There's still people experiencing after effects of Katrina in New Orleans.
Yeah, and Flint water still look like A&W root beer, man.
Yeah.
Shit is not cool.
Say the least.
Shit is not cool. Can't just sweep that shit under the rug, man.
We've been hard at work here, Villain Radio, throughout the pandemic, amassing a high volume of music that we've been sitting on. So we've been sorting through that, and now we're lining up the releases. So be on the lookout for that. We're
gonna take over the whole Midwest, man. Period.
Yeah, we're gonna be on some No Limit shit.
Yeah, we're gonna take this shit over. Y'all gonna like it.
We're gonna be putting out, or have a hand in putting out, a lot of material from a lot of dope artists in the Midwest region. So first up will be a full-length studio album from Hollow Gang Bug.
Boom.
Called Here's the Life. We will be dropping the first single and video in about 2 weeks. The album is in mix right now.
Yeah.
Then we'll be having the first in the series of 5,000 weeks of music from G. Scott. Starting off with the video for Airplane Mode 2. The single will come first, then the video. And then he'll be following up with a long list of certifiable bangers, as the kids like to say on Facebook nowadays.
Y'all don't know, man. G. Scott's one of those guys out
Oh
here.
yeah, he's probably the greatest the greatest complete artist to come out of Gary since Michael Jackson.
I concur.
Yeah, so let me give some applause.
Y'all know his resume, man. Y'all should know his work.
Some air horns too.
My man gets busy. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Freddie Gibbs on the co-sign to a couple other industry people to fuck with Villain Radio when they're in the Chicagoland area. I won't name the names who he was with and who he was talking to, but there's a reason why we're the premier recording facility in this area.
Premier.
Anyway, we're gonna have new music from OMOB, new music from Jay Ortiz, new music from all the rest of the Hawk Life people that we've merged with Villain Radio, Voorhees, Element MC. We have Water. Water is probably the hardest working artist out of the group. We have new music from Critical. Critical sitting on like 3 albums right now. Fort Lauderdale's up first, then 11, and him and Bug got an album. They're in pre-production on right now. We're about to drop this Villain Radio single in the next couple of weeks. I'll name them something stupid after everybody records their verse. But we're gonna extend the August specials into September. So hit up robvillain.com, find those specials out. Studio A and Studio B is open for we're open for business. $50 an hour Studio A, 2-hour minimum. $30 an hour an hour in Studio B, 2-hour minimum. Podcast studio. We got a big ass green screen because this is not concrete behind us right here. So you want straight audio for your podcast? Come on down. It's $30 an hour. We include a producer to run show for you.
Let's see if it's concrete.
If you want audio and video, it's $30 an hour with a producer. And if you want live video, live streaming, it's $50 an hour. Producer comes with it. Green screen's pretty cool. We do it. We're gonna head to the living room right now. We're in the den area, just to show you guys the little capabilities. I mean, I know you guys, most of you guys aren't retarded, so you know kind of how a green screen works. But we're open for business, man. We do everything, whatever you need. You need production, you need recording, you need mixing, you need mastering, you need podcast shit, you need a video shot, you need fucking pictures taken, you need motherfucking graphics done, you need a website built, you need your baby daddy beat up, whatever. We do it all here at Villain Radio.
You put me somewhere else cool, man.
I don't got too many in this one because we just merged it over from Indies, so we just got a brick wall.
Yeah, that's cool.
We got the original Danger Zone joint. We got the one that I use when I go live.
Yeah, that's dope.
So yeah, we got a lot of capabilities here. We got some of the best. We got our staff's the best in the area. I'm not even gonna fucking front. So.
Y'all can't.
We do everything better than the people that you do have had. The people you have do shit for you. We're better for them.
With us, songwriters too.
Yeah, songwriters got it. We offer in association with Blown Away Records and Kyle Rev Miller Media. We do product placement. We do placements, licensing. We do all that shit. You need all your business shit taken care of. Come on down. We'll get you all taken care of. Hit up villainradiollc.com at gmail.com with any info. We do consulting, a full multimedia consulting, artist development, all that shit. We do shit that people that labels in the industry used to do.
Yeah. They don't do shit no more. Except
come join me on Friday night. I'll be at the Voodoo Lounge, 5060 Broadway, Gary, Indiana, for the Hip Hop Baby Showcase.
Ooh,
I'm hosting that bitch. Hey, I might get killed that night. I might get killed tonight because this chick's baby daddy be in my inbox, be like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna smoke you at the Voodoo Lounge. Whatever, nigga. Yeah, I wish a nigga would come up in the Voodoo. That'd probably be the stupidest thing they would do. That they could ever do in their life. That'd be hilarious.
2020, be careful anyway, man.
Yeah, be careful anyway. Wear your bulletproof vest, wear a condom, take your gun with you.
Yeah.
Make sure you vote. Only dirty niggas wear condoms? Is that official quote from you?
That is. It's not my quote. Shout out to Larry. Shout out to Big Larry. But only dirty niggas.
Wow. Okay, only dirty niggas wear condoms. We'll talk about that. That's a whole nother podcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're gonna ride out, fucking listen to a song, even though fucking Nobody could hear it but you guys and us. G Scott can't hear it, but we're gonna write out to G Scott song, him and Archduke, West Side. I gotta pick only certain things I could pick before fucking I get flagged by some big label. So hopefully I don't get flagged from G Scott. G Scott gonna
flag us.
He's gonna flag us by like these motherfuckers. But if you don't know who G Scott is, he's one of the best artists I've ever heard of. So he's a friend. I like him sometimes. Now he got a bunch of good material on deck, about to be releasing soon. Like I said, Airplane Mode 2 will be the first, be dropping really, really soon. So Airplane Mode 2 will drop when we master it. Until then, I prefer you guys to go to Tidal, get a Tidal subscription, go to Tidal and stream G Scott's music because Tidal pays the most of all streaming platforms. Spend the $9.99 and get it. You know, fuck Spotify, fuck Apple Music. You know, Tidal's the way to go because there are artist-owned companies, so they treat artists the best out of all other streaming platforms that I've dealt with anyway.
All of them gonna fuck you, but
yeah.
Tidal gonna fuck you.
They're all gonna fuck you, but Tidal uses lube.
Yeah.
So, but G Scott, West Side. We'll talk to you guys next week. Unpopular opinion tomorrow night when me and motherfucking Indy, unless he fucking got something else to do.
Shout
Who knows?
Andy. Nah, he'll be here.
G Scott, West Side.
Ooh, that shit right here, bang.
Girl, you know you come alive in the nighttime. On the west side, west side, west side, west side, west side, west side. Every night reporting live on the west side, west side, west side, west side, west side, west side. Stressing over bread in my brain, where I make it to harvest. Every day a headache when you out here starving. Demons calling, we G-barred and rode a flight to my brain G4. Feel I'm running out of time in a little bit. I ain't even had time for my little bitch. Feel like so much on my mind that I'm dealing with. Play my cards, I'm a star, who you dealing with? Coming up, coming down on the west side. In my line, come alive in the nighttime. In the ride, let her ride, then it's peace time. Guess it's all love and war, ain't no peace time. Who was stuck in a reality show, so we tripping to reality gone. The pussy great is how she saved him. My phone race to the home, race to the pain till it's gone. Hold me, never switched up solid from the rip. Shout it, pop a tab and take a trip. Bust it open, do it on the whole, yeah. Every time I hit, forget the mix. Pillow talking, say that for your bitch. I don't hear that, head, it don't exist. Gary